This video is just a short extract from the entire course. If you wish to see all of the videos from this series at higher quality and in far larger screen size, head over to ifskills.com.
In this video, we're going to take a look at customizing the Maya interface and customizing the Maya tools. Because Maya is such a robust program, it does offer lots of different ways to customize your interface and some of your tools, as well as changing lots of colors and all sorts of different things to make it more appealing for the user. The first thing to take a look at here is being able to resize our editors and our windows. Anywhere you see these dots, or these series of dots, tells us that there's an action that can be had here. And when I move my mouse over it, it highlights a bar. And then when I left mouse click, it gives me control over scaling or increasing that window. Now this will work wherever you see those. So here on the layer editor, we can also increase or decrease its size. Now we can also grab these dots up here and detach the editor from the interface itself. And to put it back, we'll just left mouse click and drag and drop it into position. So for instance, let's repeat that with the attribute editor. I'll just left mouse click, drag it off, and I can leave it there or drag it back, and you'll actually see the interface update there and highlight, and just let go of the left mouse button to put it back. Now we can also resize our viewports, and here we have those same dotted lines, and we can shift those over and customize that viewport size to whatever works best for us. Now, as we're working, it's often necessary to grab a window and dock it. A lot of these windows have tons of tools in it, or lead to other windows that are several menus deep. So you might want to dock it if you know that you're going to use that tool a lot. And that way you can just have it out there and be ready. Now another thing we can do with our tools is place them into the shelf. And all of our shelves are listed up here, but we can create our own shelf. To do that, I'm going to go over to here, to my shelf menu, and I'll click that and choose New Shelf. And it asks us to type a name, and we'll just type in new and hit enter for OK. And now my new shelf is created and placed at the end of my existing shelves. To add a tool to that new shelf, we want to find the tool, and I'll go to Modify, and let's add Freeze Transformations. I'll dock that window so we can actually see it happen. And I'll choose that, I'll just highlight it, and then hold Control and Shift, and just click on it with the left mouse button while I'm still holding those keys. See that added that to my shelf. Let's add one more. We'll add History up there. And if you were on a Mac computer, you would choose the Command key and Shift, and then click on the tool. Now, if I wanted to move that shelf all the way to the front of my other shelves, I'll go back to my shelf menu and open the shelf editor. Inside the shelf editor, on my left, I have a list of all of my existing shelves, and on the right, I have a list of the tools that exist within the selected shelf. So here you can see the tools that I just recently added. To move this to the front, we have two icons here to either go up or down. And we want to go up, so with my shelf selected, we'll just click on the up icon and bring that all the way to the front. If I want to delete one of the tools from the shelf, I can select it here and then just click on the trash can icon in order to delete it. We can also delete a tool from our shelf by middle mousing on the icon itself and dragging it to the trash can off to the right of the screen. In addition, if we want to take that same tool and place it inside of another shelf, we can also do that. And we would just drag it over one of our existing shelves and drop it. and it will show up on that shelf. You can see it right there. And let's just delete that. I'll drag it to the trash can. And we can add different names that we want to either our tools or even to our shelves, all through our shelf editor. And I'm going to delete that shelf. We don't need that right now. Now, most of Maya's customizations are located under Window, Settings, and Preferences. And let's dock this menu. And here we have just our global preferences all inside of there. But let's jump down into our Hotkey Editor. And the Hotkey Editor allows us to pretty much add a hotkey for any of the tools inside of Maya. And we can check to see if a key is being used. I can type in a key value there, and I'll just type in D and hit Query. And it tells me what it's assigned to. To actually add a key, we could choose from our list of categories, then find our command. So if we wanted edit, copy keys, I could choose that and assign it to a letter or a function on the keyboard. And we can add multiple things there. We can add control or command and alt with it as well. And then once we're done, we would want to choose save in order to accept that. And just close that. We also have color settings. And again, we can pretty much change the color of anything inside of Maya, including our background. But we are restricted to this palette here. We also have a marking menu editor. And our marking menus, like what we have here, we can assign those to specific mouse movements and create our own tool set that will fit with how we want to move the mouse. And of course, we have our shelf editor. This accesses the same thing that we grabbed up here. And the last thing there is the panel editor, where we can create our own panels and our own layouts. And those layouts being our viewport configurations. That concludes our video on customizing Maya.